If you're interested in becoming a pediatric sleep consultant, today I want to talk to you about the business side. I want to talk to you about the difference between sales, revenue, profit, and income, because these are a bunch of different numbers. And as you are starting to plan how much money it's going to cost you to start your business, how much money you can potentially make, and you're comparing different certification programs and what they're saying you can make, you want to know the difference between these terms, the numbers, so that you can start planning effectively for yourself. To begin, sales is the price tag on anything that you are selling. So if you create a program, if you're like me, my core program is $797. That's the price tag on the program. So if I enroll a new client this month, then that means that I would have made $797 in sales. Now, revenue is just slightly different. That is your cash flow into your business. It's the amount of money that your business is making before any expenses are being taken out. So the major difference, or when you're going to see a difference between your sales numbers and your revenue numbers, is usually just because of payment plans, something like that. So for example, if I enrolled a student in my certification program and the program cost $3,400 and they enroll in the program, that's a $3,400 sale. But I've set them up on a 4-month payment plan, then I might not be making $3,400 in revenue that month. So although the sale was for $3,400, the revenue, the cash flow that's coming into my business is not. It would be like 1/4 of that just for that month's revenue. Then we have profit. So profit is the amount of what we call net income, or the money that is left over after you have subtracted your expenses from your revenue. So it's always easier if we talk about things in terms of month to month, right? So how much money did you make this month? Subtract all of the things you had to pay for, any expense that you had, from small subscriptions to your certification or your business coaching, anything that you've paid for in your business, you subtract that. And at the end is your profit, the amount of money that you really made in your business. This is different from income because you may not be paying yourself the full amount of profit, right? You may be leaving some of your profit in your business banking account to help pay for next month's expenses or future expenses, or invest in your business later. That is up to you whether you are withdrawing funds to actually pay yourself, that's your income, or whether you're leaving profit in the business. Now, I'm not going to give any type of tax or legal advice ever, but just know that if you are an LLC in the United States, oftentimes you may have to pay taxes on your profit, whether you've paid yourself that in income or not. So it's a little bit tricky, confusing, and definitely threw me off the first couple of years. So important for you to know in your business planning moving forward is oftentimes we talk in revenue, right? So we'll say you have the potential of generating $5,000 a month if you're able to get this many clients per month. But keep in mind, we're talking about revenue. We're not talking about income, right? So you may need to put money aside. Okay, you do need to put money aside for taxes, right? And for other expenses that you have too. So the amount of money that you're making is not the amount of money that is going into your account, helping you to pay your bills or save for a vacation. So keep that in mind. You do want to plan in advance, how much money can I make for my business? How much expenses am I going to have? How much profit? And then how much am I actually going to be able to pay myself based on that? I hope that this video was helpful for you. And the last thing that I am going to talk about here in this video is how much money can you expect to make as a pediatric sleep consultant? Of course, this wildly varies person to person, sleep consultant to sleep consultant, okay? I know sleep consultants that are working 5 hours a week with their goal of getting 2-3 clients a month, right? I know other sleep consultants that are working 50-hour weeks. They have teams and, they're trying to get 10 clients a week, right? So it is going to absolutely vary drastically. Other huge thing that is going to impact the amount of sales and revenue that you can have in your sleep consulting business is going to be what your business model is and what your offers are and what their price tags are. So if you are someone that mostly sells a $350 program versus another sleep consultant that sells a $800 program. Obviously, they could potentially make the same amount of money, but one sleep consultant would have to make way more number of sales in order to generate the same amount of income. What I have found over my experience as a pediatric sleep consultant and as a business coach for other sleep consultants is that it is much easier to hit your sales and revenue goals if you are having a program that is between the $500 to $997 price tag. Okay, so most of my students, I recommend they have a program that starts between $597 and $697 as they are just first starting their business, and they are trying to get a few clients a month and eventually getting during their first year of business up to that $3 to $5K in monthly revenue. That's if they are working part-time and this is a side hustle business for them. So that hopefully is helpful for you to think through too. $3 to $5K in revenue, which remember does not mean $3 to $5K in your pocket at the end of every month. Of course, if you have the possibility to work more hours, if you have more time, energy, maybe you have more skills in marketing, video creation, running ads, you have more capital, that money can multiply very quickly. But if you're starting as a side hustle, you don't have a ton of money to invest, you absolutely still can be successful in your first year of business. But what I would do is plan for the goal of 3 to 5K in monthly revenue. Start there. See, is that worth it to you to start this business? If so, you can apply to join Night Snap School of Pediatric Sleep and Entrepreneurship, and I will give you my blueprint of exactly how to become a successful pediatric sleep consultant entrepreneur using our 50-50 integrated model, where you will learn 50% sleep expertise and 50% business expertise so that you can get to that 3 to 5K faster, easier, with less stress.